Hi, Linda Bounty here from StampingWithLinda.com, your cardiologist since 1997, helping you create cards from the heart. Today is Friday, and just a technique video. I want to give a shout out to Lee Ambergary from Mentor. She's my technique gal in my team, always coming up with a technique I've never seen. And so today I want to share one of the techniques that she shared with me. If you joined me yesterday on my blog, you see the card that inspired this card. I have already taken the Rich Razzleberry and the Versamark and have done my bird. This is from the Beauty of Tomorrow bundle. This is the bundle I'm working on right now for next month's tutorial. Don't know how well you can see that technique on the bird, but I will show you the technique here in a minute. I have a piece of 3.5 by 4. This is the Harvest Metal Designer Series paper. I have a piece of Rich Razzleberry, 3 5/8 by 4 1/8, and also a piece 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then finally a piece of crumb cake. This measures 5 1/4 by 8, and this is going to be my base. So first I think I'm going to stamp that base. I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of paper. I'm going to bring in that Nature's Beauty stamp set. Ooh, I don't want that in black. Boy, that would have been a big mess. I want the Rich Razzleberry, and I'm just going to take that cone flower and stamp that. The Beauty and Tomorrow Designer Series paper has got this Rich Razzleberry color in it, and I normally don't use this color. I don't know why, but I absolutely love the look of the purples for a fall card. So we're just gonna take and randomly stamp those cone flowers to make our own background. Next, what I'm going to do is I am going to bring in that Designer Series paper that I just had. Here it is. Nope, that's not the one. Or is it? Now, how could I make, oh, maybe it's under here. Oh, there it is. Dang, sometimes. That's why God attached my head. I swear I would lose it. Okay, so we're going to take that Designer Series paper. Now this is the technique. We are going to emboss in Rich Razzleberry. So what I want to do is to get that Rich Razzleberry ink off my stamp, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in to my Versamark pad first. So going into that Versamark, and then I am stamping on the Rich Razzleberry, or inking on the Rich Razzleberry. And what happens is, I remember when I first was teaching heat embossing. Now I have not heat embossed very much anymore, but I always remember saying there was 2 things you needed to remember with heat embossing. You needed a wet source of ink, and that your powder was your dominant color. Now I just put clear powder on there. Again, I'm going to wipe off that purple, the raspberry, and I'm going to go in, grab some more Versamark, stamp on my Rich Razzleberry, stamp again, and add the clear powder. Now the Versamark is a pigment ink, so we've got a wet source of ink, but then we're adding color to that when we put it in our ink pad. So because the powder we're using is clear, it's going to show through that Rich Razzleberry color. So pretty cool technique. Another thing with heat embossing that I used to teach was that I could set this card aside and not heat emboss it for days, and the powder would stay in place as long as I didn't touch it. So that was like 3 things that you needed to remember when you heat embossed. So this is what it looks like. Looks like granule soap powder, I think, on your card. I'm going to grab my heat tool. I'm going to start it off to the side so you don't have to listen to it, so that it gets hot so you can actually see this happen. It makes our classic ink really look rich and have depth to it when we emboss it. So I'm going to bring in that heat tool. I'm going to turn this around so I got a place to hold. See if you can see it on the camera as it turns. Make sure you get all the little pieces good and heat. So I've got that. I'm also going to grab the Thanks. This is also from that Harvest Metals suite. And I'm going to, oops, I went into the Rich Raspberry first. So let's get rid of that ink because I also want this embossed. We're going to grab our Versamark, grab our purple, put on our powder. Again, I don't know how well this is showing on the camera, but it really pops up the ink. It gives it a glossy look. And it looks like I missed this corner of the flower. I don't know if you can see that well. Let's go in and heat that in there. So if I'd have touched that, the powder would have come off of it. I'm sure I didn't miss any other spots. But there you have it, a very fun way to get embossing in all the colors of Stampin' Up. So now let's go ahead and assemble our card. Grab that piece of rich raspberry. That was 3 5/8 by 4 1/8. I think I am going to use dimensionals to pop up my card, or this section of my card. I stated on Tuesday I was going to clean my stamp room, but of course it's still not done, so I don't know where my Pick-a tool is. But oh well. I'm making do without. So we've got our card there. Going to add some adhesive and add it to our quarter sheet, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, rich raspberry. And then I'm going to go in and grab the little bird. Remember, this comes from the Beauty of Tomorrow suite. We'll be sharing that suite next month as a customer appreciation tutorial. Just going to take my bone folders and take its wings and just kind of curl them so it looks like it's flying off my card. And there you have a fun card using the technique Heat Emboss with all of our colors. Hope you've enjoyed my video today, and a shout out to Lee again for sharing this with me. Thanks for joining me. Talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.